Hi guys, I'm Miriam Cutelis, and today is Tuesday, March 31st. We are going to get started. I already did my pray-in just to save you time, and I hope you're ready for your reading for the day. And if you found this video today, this reading is for you. And let's get started. I'm going to share my screen for my cards. Hold on, let me just fix it. There we go. Okay. Gonna just shuffle them a little bit. Um, all right. And I'm gonna pull out 3 cards. This one is pulling out. This one and that one. All right. Ooh, what an interesting set of cards. All right. Okay. Interestingly, I'm reading a story right now, or I'm reading a book right now by Florence Shin, and in it she gives this beautiful analogy about um, how sometimes we place too much importance on superstition. And it was so impactful that I shared it with a friend of mine who I just had breakfast with this morning. And let me just tell you the story. So she was explaining how people that are superstitious are afraid of going underneath a ladder. And then she said that, in essence, when we believe that, we are believing that there is such things that the evil thing that happens if we don't go under the ladder, that we do if we do go on the ladder, happens because um, there evil is equal to good. And in essence, that must mean that we believe that there are two powers instead of just one, which is God. And so I thought that was interesting. And she suggested that walk under that ladder because only fearlessness gets rid of the fear because you have perfect faith and you're walking in perfect faith with in the idea that there is one God and there's one, all of it emanates from one thing. So when we show perfect fearlessness, or that means that um, we do believe that there is one God, because believing in the evil is, in essence, putting that in the same level. So I thought that was interesting that ladder is one thing that came through. Um, I'm also sensing from the brick. Now, the brick is the unchangeability. There's the qualities of brick is it's non-changeability. And one aspect of growing up and learning about humanity is that certain people will just not change, and that is their role in our lives. So there are people whom we will meet and we will encounter and interact with, love, marry maybe, or have, maybe there are children who are not going to change. And to the faster we come to that realization about the non-changeability of certain aspects of life, the faster we can kind of grow past it and realize and like turn back around and realize that what needs to change is us. So the message I'm getting here is one of fearlessness and being assured that anything that we find that is negative or bad or um, all those ideas that invite duality are in fact just in our minds, that um, once those ideas are met with fearlessness, those things that we fear just disappear. They're no longer in our path, because that fear was in us. That idea of duality was created by us within the fear. So only in fearlessness. So this card to me speaks of fearlessness and approaching life in that tone. Now, this one right here is talking about recognizing aspects of our lives that are not going to change. There's aspects, there are people, there's situations, in getting involved in putting an energy into things to change and change and change an external something is a waste of time. Now with the snowflake, I'm trying to tune in because snowflake could have many different interpretations. And I'm trying to lean into what spirit is trying to, uh, and it's usually part of the other message here. What I am getting with the snowflake is more of a temperature, like the cold. Um, and it's a very similar message to the wall, like the unchangeability, as if the characteristics of a human being cold. So our perception of being cold is only a perception, similar to what we fear is only a perception. And so it is giving us this whole reading from what I'm getting right now is giving us um, the idea of framework and how we can interchange certain frameworks in our lives in order to uh, create a life that is most aligned with what our higher self wanted for us before we were born here. So, interestingly, these are wonderful lessons. There are people that we meet who are going to be cold and detached and feel distant, but it's telling us that there's more to that interpretation. There's much more into that interpretation. We're looking at the person in front of us who might feel cold, but it's asking us to drop the cliche descriptions of others and to see the gradations of love that does exist within that person. Wow. So that is very much what this one is trying to explain. Um, Going back to the ladder, it is trying to have us understand that all things that we fear and all things that illnesses even actually it's even saying everything is created within us, and it's telling us the enormous power that we have um in our lives to have free sovereignty over our decisions, over how we build and create our life. So it's cautioning us against duality thinking, which is about good and bad. It's basically saying, no, grab the bad and realize that those are constructed within you and that you yourself can dispel them. You can dispel them, disarm them. And then the whole brick wall, again, it's just telling you to just give up on changing the external, that it's never about changing the external circumstances. It's always 100% about changing the internal ever so first and never anything else. It is as as finite as it is, you know, walking into a wall. That's how hard it's hitting as a message that the people and circumstances and situations that we try to change externally is just a waste of time. It's telling us to just drop completely, walk away, and so again, the whole reading is about how to intelligently engage life using these different filters and cleaning your filters and being really attentive to what filters we use before us to and how we engage people and circumstances and situations. So, what an amazing reading, guys. Um, I do feel like um, this right here is a lesson that I have personally learned lately in my relationships, and what it allowed me to do is just stop wasting my time. Stop wasting your time trying and trying to move pieces around to make the external change. Change the internal and change how you feel about it and change the focus and what we're the framework by which we see things. And then with the latter, it's all about just not being afraid um, of things we are told to be afraid of. Like if someone says, don't do this or do that, it's that's fine. They can feel that. It's okay. You don't have to change them. No, no, no. You can just allow it to be. Just allow them to be. It's interesting because I've had somebody comment on my readings lately about, all these different things about what they believe. And it's fine. You can believe whatever you want to believe and just it's okay, but within this wall of my skin, I have my beliefs, and it's important that you don't allow other people's fears and other people beliefs to manipulate how you operate, because you were born with a sovereign mind. You have your own opinions. You need to start completely disconnecting from the external musts that we're constantly getting, and tune into your internal musts. Okay, musts. um and then with the cold again, it's more in terms of like the people we meet that feel a certain way. Stop being so cliche about the way that we look at them and start seeing the gradations of that person, the gradations of how it is that they might show us they love us. Maybe very it's not a cliche kind of way of, oh, I'm giving you flowers and chocolate. Maybe this person is going out and buying you your favorite type of olives, and that is how they show you they love you. So that's a very fine-tuned gradation of love. So don't look at people through the lens of cold, not cold, again, duality. Look at people with the gradation of you know, um, more of a more subtle approach to how they're showing their love to us, and just paying really close attention to how it is that they're sending that love, and and don't let society dictate what is a good person and what is a bad person. Don't let society be the filter for you. You be the filter. You become the filter for who comes into your environment and who's cold and who's not cold. You decide. You decide. All right. Oh wow. That was quite a channeled message right there. Um, Please remember that I do these readings every day. And if you are interested in getting a reading, a free reading, I'm offering free readings for anyone who would let me record my response to them on my YouTube channel. And also, I do readings one-on-one, in person or on Zoom. And last but not least, please remember to follow and like this video so that it will pop up on your screen when I post tomorrow. All right. Have a wonderful day. It's beautiful out there.